care, we know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
All right, Matt Gibbs is in the studio from Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales. If you need a new car, Crossroad Auto Sales will do you right because Matt makes sure the cars on his lot have passed his personal test. And of course, if you have a repair need or just maintenance needs, Matt and his guys can take care of it over at Sunrise Automotive. And he's here right now to answer questions about your cars and your engines. Maybe it's your generator. Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
I'm tired. How are you?
Are you tired?
Yeah.
What you've been doing? A lot of stuff from the storm? Have you had a lot of work from the storm? I mean, from other people?
A lot of generator work.
Really?
Yeah.
What happens? They said, I thought it was going to work and it didn't?
Yeah. It's amazing how, Saturday we pretty much had a shop full of generators trying to get them ready for people. It's amazing how.
Oh, before the storm?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right. I told the people, I said, I'm getting my generator running first, and then I'll get everybody else's generators running.
And is there any information you can give us so we know if we're buying a generator, like which ones are the best? What fuel? Is it better to get diesel or gasoline, or does it not matter?
It really depends on what your needs are. Like my generator that I have, my generator is 20 years old, so when I bought my generator, I never intended to run my air conditioner. But I can run everything else in the house. I can run the well and.
Is it gasoline powered?
Gas.
Okay.
I have one that's biofuel. It runs on gasoline or propane.
Oh, okay.
So I actually converted. See, here was my deal back in the day. I had a bunch of people want generators, and my thought was. A gallon of gas and the little bottles of propane for your grill are
right. 4
gallons. The gallon of gasoline is way more dangerous than the bottle of propane.
Right. Okay.
So my thought was, a storm comes or something happens to where you need generator, it would be a lot safer for people if they had a bottle of propane than a bottle of gasoline.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So we converted a bunch of them to.
So when you did this, was it after the 2004 hurricane?
No, we did this back in Y2K.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of people were freaking out about Y2K.
Okay. The false alarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it, we probably did like 200 generators back then.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Everybody thought something was going to go haywire.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, it worked out really good because I got an awesome generator and I've had it ever since that time.
Okay. So that's how you remember the year.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so that helped you get through. How many days did you actually need to use it?
We went out Sunday night at about 11:30, and then we got power back on Thursday.
Did you need the generator for water?
Yeah, because I have a well.
Oh, you have a well? Okay.
So when the generator ran, I was able to run my well.
That's one thing I didn't need. I had no electricity, but my water ran because I have city water.
Right.
So that was working. All right, we do have a phone call, and your phone calls are part of this show, so feel free to call in. We'll take the calls one at a time. There is no call screener, by the way, so nobody says hello. All you do is hear something click. You'll probably hear Matt talking, and when Matt takes a breath, I will let him know that you're there. Good morning. You are on with Matt.
Yes, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Matt, say, right after the hurricane, getting gas was a project, and a lot of places, all we had was like ethyl gas, the premium gas left. And is it a true thing that years ago you shouldn't put ethyl gas into your car because it would goof up the computer or something, and that was something that's no more?
What ethyl gas means that all the cars today are designed to run on gasoline with ethanol. Now there was a lot, as far as premium goes, if you go to a regular gas station, and even if you get premium, you're still getting ethanol, unless you go to a tank that is non-ethanol. Either one. I mean, in this kind of a situation, an emergency situation, put whatever
Just get whatever you can.
Get whatever you can put in there. It's not going to hurt.
If I remember right, years ago, they said never to put premium gas into your car because it was set up for regular and it could screw up the computer or something. Is that right?
No, it's actually the other way around. A lot of the cars are set up and engineered to run on regular, 87 octane. If you there are some cars like a lot of your Mercedes, Lexuses, the Cadillacs, they require that you run premium gas in it. So you can take a car that is set up for 87 octane and put premium in it. It's not going to hurt a thing. If you put 87 octane in a car that's supposed to have the 93 octane, you may get some spark knock and things like that. But in this scenario, in this emergency type situation, just put it in.
Whatever you can, yeah.
What you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you get better gas mileage by using premium?
You might get a little bit better gas mileage, but I'll be honest with you. For me, in last week, gas mileage was the last thing on my mind. I mean, I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go out and get gas before. It was just crazy.
Yeah, it gets crazy too.
Some of the gas lines, I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So this has nothing to do with cars. It just has to do with your observation of humanity. How was it? Were the people nice when you went out there?
Well, here's what I've told people. I've seen the best in people, and I've seen the worst in people.
During the storm?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, tell me the worst.
Well, I mean, I had to send some supplies, some medical supplies to my son because he's living in Illinois now.
Right.
And so I went over to the UPS, the place, the actual UPS hub over there off of 27th Avenue. And there was a guy in there just raising Cain because he ordered a generator from Amazon and they told him it was supposed to have been there 2 days. And it didn't come in 2 days.
So he's blaming the shipping place?
He's yelling and screaming at the UPS lady.
Oh, man.
And finally, the UPS lady's she's like, sir, do you know that there's a hurricane? Yes, I know there's a hurricane. I ain't got no power. And it's like, well, why didn't you... If you would have ordered it a month before the storm was coming or a couple weeks before the storm was coming, I'm sure it would have... We're not delivering. We're not having trucks out on the road. It's not safe for these trucks to be out on the road. And it's like, where is the common sense? It's like people lose common sense things. And so you got... And then on the flip side of it, then you see people that are opening up their homes, that are helping their neighbors, that are working together to overcome this thing. So I've seen the best in people and I've seen the worst in people all at the same time.
And the press likes to focus on the worst. There was a story about one of the famous pastors or something who wouldn't let people in his church.
Yeah.
This was Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah.
And all the local churches, we were hearing so many stories about the smaller churches right here in our community that did open their churches. That doesn't make the news.
Right, exactly.
That didn't make the news. It made it here, but nobody pays attention to us. You do have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Hey, Matt, Larry. And the only thing worse than getting in that gas line and waiting is you ain't got no money in your pocket to get in the gas line with.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks to a helper of mine, that situation has happened to me. He takes and runs off with my truck and burns up all the gas. How am I going to get to do the tree work if I ain't got no gas and no money to buy more? Let alone a way to get to the gas station.
Yeah, but I bet you got a bunch of tree work to do right now.
I bet you got a lot of work. Yeah.
Let's put it like this, Matt. I'm 71. I ain't looking for a lot of work. 71 with a broken leg. You figure it out.
Yeah.
I just take care of a little bit in the neighborhood.
Well, if you need anything,
I figure I owe my neighbors more than I owe strangers.
Well, let us know if we can help.
Will do. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Here's one of the good stories. Can I tell you one of the good ones?
Yeah, absolutely.
The linemen that have come to our area to help out. This is actually in the news. There was a guy named Ken Hill. He's one of the linemen. He's from North Carolina. And he was, I guess one of the reporters went to him and he said, I've worked hurricanes since Hurricane Hugo in 1989. I've been doing it ever since, and I can't say it enough. It's overwhelming. Thank you, Florida, and thank you, Ocala. He's talking about people bringing him food, people thanking him, just stopping and saying, hey, thank you for helping out. People just, so I said to Robin, I said, doesn't this make you feel proud of Ocala? that this guy's done all these storms ever since 1989, and he's implying that it doesn't happen in every community where the community will have dinners and breakfasts.
Right.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is.
I think so.
And we should. I know there's still people without power.
Yeah.
And it's not like these guys are not doing the very most, the best that they can do.
Yeah.
They're all working themselves to death. My son-in-law is a deputy. He's been, when he goes out there, he's out there for 16 hours.
Wow.
And
we need to thank them.
Yeah, I mean, and the Marion County Sheriff's Department, if they divided the officers and made A team and B team, and if A team, like if you were supposed to work today, if you were scheduled to work today, then you were doing your job. And if you weren't scheduled to work today, if you were on the B team, then they had you out in the field cleaning with chainsaws and helping these line guys and moving trees out of the way. And
wow,
and
I had no idea.
And we don't, people don't know that.
Wow.
I mean, it's like I said, I've seen some of the best in people, and I've seen some of the worst in people.
You mentioned before we take the break that somebody had some injuries from a generator that caught on fire or something.
Yeah. He called me up. This was actually on Tuesday. He was without power. I don't even know I think he finally got power yesterday, but his generator, the carburetor messed up and it hydrolocked. In other words, fuel filled the cylinder.
Oh no!
With the cylinder was filled with fuel, and the engine locked up. And what he did was he pulled the spark plugs out of the generator, and then it was an electric start. So he turned the engine over to get the fuel out of the cylinder, and it sparked. And when it shot fuel all over him, and then it sparked, and he literally caught on fire. And my mom, she worked in the emergency room for years and years and years, and she said, that's the biggest thing is after the event is over, and people start using things that they're not that familiar with, and that's when a lot of the injuries, come out.
So how is he?
He received second-degree burns on himself, and
oh my gosh! Wow!
And then so now he's burned up, and his generator didn't work. So we got his generator going. I gave him my generator. By this time, I had a few generators, so I gave him one of my generators to give him power at his house, and then he brought the other generator down. I fixed it, and so
By the way, you just had an anniversary.
I did.
And you posted a photo of your wedding day picture.
Yeah.
You were good looking back then. Your wife was beautiful then and is now, but
yeah,
you were good looking back then.
That was 25 years ago, brother. A lot of things started happening in 25 years.
All right. Let's see. We are up against the break. Oh gosh, we passed it already. All right. Let me make good on it, and we will be right back. If you have anything you want to call Matt about regarding your car, your generator, anything gas powered, diesel powered, who knows? Mechanics is our topic right now with Matt Gibbs. The phone number is 622-9622. We will be back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Not much more than a shower near the coast today. Otherwise, partly sunny skies, a high of 86 to 91. Clear tonight. Lows will range from the upper 60s to mid 70s. Tomorrow and Thursday, partly sunny, and it stays warm, high 86 to 91 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden of Ocala, and I'd like to tell you about the Palm Garden Way. We promote individual care, of course, but we also encourage GEMS. That's going the extra mile, and these are thoughtful individual gifts that make each guest stay special. A gem could be a daily latte or a new book or something else that means a lot to our guest. To find out more about the Palm Garden Way, take a tour, located on the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street in Ocala.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible. And today, the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
An unexpected pregnancy can turn a young woman's life upside down. The House of One in Faith in Ocala gives these young women a place to live in privacy and comfort under the Christian care of counselors who will guide and protect both the woman and her unborn child. The House of One in Faith is confidential, loving, and free. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
21 minutes after 10 o'clock. Matt Gibbs is here. If you want to call in about car stuff, go ahead and call 622-9622. I have a car stuff thing I want to tell you. What was it now? Oh, Robin's uncle evacuated Naples and came up here to stay with Robin's mom during the storm. And so I was talking to him the other day, and he is from Wisconsin. And we were talking about fully electric cars that have nothing but batteries in them. And he is convinced, he's an older guy, it's just to kind of give you an idea. He's convinced that a fully battery-operated car just wouldn't work in the colder climates. And I was wondering how accurate that might be, or are there special conditions that somebody who buys one of those cars that has nothing but batteries, are they going to make it through the winter?
I have no idea.
You haven't had any come to your garage, have you?
Fully electric? No.
No?
I mean, we've worked on the hybrids and stuff like that, but not full, like a Volt or I have worked on a Chevy Volt, and then when I found out how much money it was going to cost to fix it, I was like, it was a lots of money.
Did the guy pay it?
No, he just went and traded it in or sold it or did something with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen now. So, see, we're not really there yet.
I think we're getting there. The biggest thing that they need to work on is batteries. That's the big issue with electric cars. But for the storm, before the storm, I had bought a pole saw. It's like a chainsaw on a pole, so I can kind of trim my palm trees around the pool area and stuff like that. And I just wanted to try one. Everybody kept telling me about these things. So I went to Lowe's and I bought the Cobalt, their version. Mm-hmm. And their version, they have all these different tools that use the same exact battery. And so I bought this pole. And that thing is incredible. I mean, that thing works, and it's just incredible.
So you're able to get the branches down?
So, yeah. I mean, this is before the storm or anything. I just did it, just to do little stuff around the house and stuff like that. Well, after the storm, I needed another weed eater, and I said, well, I'm going to buy a weed eater with a battery-operated weed eater that uses the same battery that my pole saw has. Now I have two batteries for two different pieces of equipment. And I'll tell you, I was really impressed. I mean, that weed eater, I got a little over 2 acres of land, and I went out there Saturday, started cleaning up the mess, and that day, weed eater did a fantastic job.
I think I might need to get one of them. There was another thing this morning about, here it is right here, 10 things to know that might one day save your life. And one of them is car related. I wanted to get to it with you. How to escape a sinking car. And it says the prongs on your headrest come in handy here to break through. And I think you told us this once before, right? That sort of rung a bell when I read that.
Yeah, taking your headrest out to break your glass.
Yeah, using the points on them.
Yeah.
Is it easy to get that headrest out? I never even tried taking that
Some
out.
cars it's easy. Some cars it's kind of challenging, especially if you're in that you're in that panic mode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When you're in your panic mode, I mean everything gets all distorted. So
Oh my gosh, yes.
I have a pocket knife that has, and I keep it in my car at all times, and on the end of the pocket knife has a glass break.
So we need to get that we need to have that kind of mentality that
Or Larry, we could keep we could keep some spark plug pieces.
Yeah, but that was crazy that when you made that demonstration for us, whatever. For the listeners who don't know, you want to tell the story?
I saw, my wife calls me up and says, hey, I saw this thing on YouTube where you can break a window of a car with a spark plug. And I'm like, okay, right, whatever. I mean, I've taken rocks and thrown at a window, and the glass on your car, it's tougher than you think it is. And so I'm watching this video, and this guy just takes a spark plug and he smashes the porcelain part of the spark plug, and he takes a little piece of this porcelain and throws it at this window of the car, and it shatters. I'm like, oh yeah, right, okay.
That's fake. You think that's fake?
Yeah. So
right?
I go and find me a spark plug. I break it up. I got this car in our lot there, and that needs to go to the junkyard anyway. And I take this little thing and I throw it at it, and it just shatters.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! So I mean, every car that's going to the junkyard in the back of my shop, none of them have a window in it now.
Oh my gosh. And then you told me about it, and then we were of course doubting you, Robin and I. Not that we doubted you really, but we just wanted to see it for ourselves. And then you walked us to the back.
Yeah.
You found a car, you had this little piece of a spark plug, and it was like, I mean, you didn't even throw it hard.
No.
You just kind of lobbed it. And then boom, just broke open.
I know, it's crazy. So my wife, she actually has little pieces of spark plug in her purse, just in case she's at a store and sees a dog or a kid or something,
Well, that too, but there was a story during the storm. I think we were talking about it off the air. I think it was a van, and didn't 6 people die? I think this was in Harvey, not in Irma, but 6 people they drove down the road they were familiar with. They saw water. They didn't think it was deep, and it was deeper than the car or than the van, and all 6 of them drowned in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's sad.
There must have been at least enough time before the thing filled up. Somebody could have done something, but nobody knew what to do, and apparently they couldn't open the doors, I guess maybe because of the water pressure.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and what's also sad is, the lives that have been lost because of carbon monoxide from people running their generator.
Oh yes,
and some of these people are actually running their generator away. For those, we have another storm out there, Maria. We don't really know exactly what it's going to do, because apparently a hurricane can do whatever it wants to do, or and so just if you run your generators, if we get into what I do at my house, I have a fan, just one of those little box fans, and when the generator's running, I got power right at the generator, right? I got 110 outlets on the generator. I have this fan that I plug into the generator, and I put it right in front of the generator and blowing it away. And not only is it blowing the carbon monoxide out, the exhaust out, but it's also keeping the generator cooler. So that's something that I always do. I always have a fan blowing on the generator, just blowing it through the generator and out.
Did you have any losses from the hurricane? Any food that you had to throw away?
No.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Wow. So the generator kept the refrigerator going.
Yeah, I'd let the generator in a 24-hour cycle. I would say the generator ran 20 hours every day, from Sunday to Thursday.
Wow.
Or actually from Monday, because I didn't start it up until Monday, or actually Sunday morning. From Sunday to Thursday, it ran 20 hours a day.
Wow. I bet those 4 hours were peaceful. Because that's a loud thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, my next door neighbor, he would...
Oh, he had his on.
His was a...
Oh. jeez. Okay, I'm sorry.
40 kW generator. So it was nice. You could actually talk like me and you were talking right next to the generator, and it didn't make that much noise.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you fared well through that all, and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And thank you for what you do. Everybody, just take my word for it. Matt is a mechanic I trust, and he's a guy I trust when it comes to buying a car, too. So go check out Crossroad Auto Sales and Sunrise Automotive. The number to call is 690-1993.
That's it.
Correct? All right. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. Hurricane Maria's torn through Dominica and